The main card presents episode number 16 in our series of episodes, of course, and this is probably one of, if not the most exciting episode that I'm ever going to do because of the fact that we are building towards Survivor Series in 19 days' time. Survivor Series, of course, will be live on the 19th of November from the Toyota Center in Houston, Texas. Of course, here in SA, it's going to be the 20th of November, Monday morning. I'm not sure if it's going to be from 1 a.m. or if it's going to be from 2 a.m., but we'll see. But Survivor Series is just 3 weeks away, 19 days away, and we are literally on the course to what is shaping up to be one of, if not the biggest Survivor Series of all time. And I'm saying that because of the fact that now it's literally brand supremacy. All brand champions are going to be facing each other in non-title matches. So we're going to be seeing the Usos versus Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. We're going to be seeing Alexa Bliss versus Natalia. We're going to be seeing Baron Corbin versus The Miz. We're also going to be seeing, of course, Brock Lesnar versus Jinder Mahal. But I don't want to focus on those matches now. I want to focus on the traditional 5-on-5 Survivor Series tag team elimination match. And the reason why I want to focus on that is because the one that I'm looking forward to the most is the men's Survivor Series elimination match. And I will touch on the women's Survivor Series elimination match in another episode, but the one I want to get to now is the men's elimination match. And I want to, from my side, pick my own team. And I also want to check out some teams that were picked by a few friends of mine who I interact with on social media, and also, on a constant basis via, the what do you call WhatsApp? I'm not sure if WhatsApp's a social media or not, but whatever WhatsApp is, yeah. But I also did ask the people online about what would your Survivor Series men's team comprise of, who would it comprise of, and people did make their picks, of course. So I'm going to be going through that, and I'm also going to be presenting my team as well, and we're going to be seeing about how those are going to be shaping up. We all know that so far on the SmackDown team we have Randy Orton, who has qualified after defeating Sami Zayn. That was last week. With SmackDown Live about to air later on tomorrow morning here in SA, probably we're going to see the rest of the SmackDown team take shape, because we do have Kevin Owens and Shinsuke Nakamura looking to qualify, and we also do have Bobby Roode and Dolph Ziggler looking to qualify for the match. So I want to see if we can go through the teams that people have picked over here. So we know that Randy Orton is already in the SmackDown team, so that leaves only 4 spaces open. We also know that from this morning's Raw, or last night's Raw, depending on where you're listening from, Kurt Angle is the captain of Team Raw. We don't know the captain of Team SmackDown yet, so that's still going to be discussed in the coming weeks, I'm assuming. Well, it is going to be discussed in the coming weeks, obviously. So I want to first go through some of the teams that were picked by the gents that I interact with online. All right, so I asked a question after we found out last week that Randy Orton is indeed in the SmackDown team. I asked the gents about what is your Survivor Series team? Like, if you had to pick a Survivor Series team, who would you pick? And we have one here from Kamelihle Bovana, yes, at Yes I Am Game. And he said he would take Finn Balor as his captain. He would take Bray Wyatt, Jason Jordan, Samoa Joe, and Matt Hardy. So that would be his 5-on-5. That would be his five-man Raw team. And then he would put them up against Bobby Roode, AJ Styles, Kevin Owens would also be the captain, Randy Orton, and Sami Zayn. And you also put a C next to Sami Zayn, so it means that Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn would be the co-captains of the team. Kind of like what Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens did the year before. So that's quite interesting. So that is from Yes I Am Game. That is his team, of course. And from the looks of things here, obviously he didn't account for Kurt Angle being in the team, but this was from last week, so it's understandable. So he would have Finn Balor as his captain and Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn as the co-captains for the SmackDown Live team. We do also have the Young King, at Neno underscore Hloma Yena. He said for the Raw team he would have Finn Balor, Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, Kurt Angle, and Braun Strowman. So Neno was actually on the right track when he put Kurt Angle over there. So he must have known something that we didn't. You must have known something that we didn't when Neno, I wonder. And for SmackDown Live, he puts Shane McMahon, AJ Styles, Randy Orton, and Shinsuke Nakamura, as well as Bobby Roode. Okay, so 1-for-1 over there with Angle and Randy Orton. So that's from at Nano underscore Hloma. That's their team. Also, I did have another response from Ulwazi at El Falsetto. I'm hoping that's how you say that. Yeah, now his team is not fully decided, but he's filled up his SmackDown team. He has Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Bobby Roode, Randy Orton, and Shane McMahon. So pretty much almost identical to Gamelile as well as Umneno, but mostly almost identical. If you were to compare them, yes, they're almost identical, but not entirely. There's a few key differences, but you can see the consistency with regards to Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. People still have hope that Sami Zayn somehow is going to find his way into the team, but Bobby Roode is also there. We also have Shane McMahon, so obviously they're thinking that Shane O'Mac will find his way into the team. And now with the fact that Kurt Angle is in the team, you will assume that maybe Shane McMahon will be in the team. But that leads me now to the Raw team. His Raw team is Finn Balor, Roman Reigns, Bray Wyatt, and Kurt Angle thus far. Now remember, he picked this team last week, so he also had an assumption that Kurt Angle was going to be in the team. And he ended up being right, of course. So Kurt Angle is in the team. So now there's Bray Wyatt and Roman Reigns as well as Finn Balor. So you see Finn Balor featuring a lot on this list with regards to having him on the men's team. Still one more spot open, of course, on Loazi's team. So we'll have to see about who that spot goes for. But now this leads me to my team, the one that I picked, for both Raw and SmackDown. Because for mine, I picked mine actually early this morning when I was watching Monday Night Raw, and I saw Stephanie McMahon returning. At that point, I knew that, but I kind of had a feeling that something big is going to happen here in this show, and I have a feeling that we're going to be seeing the Raw Survivor Series team take shape. So as Stephanie McMahon is making a return, I literally picked my Raw and SmackDown Survivor Series team on that spot. So my team comprised of Kurt Angle. This was after she named Kurt as the team captain. So he comprised of Kurt Angle. And I also did put Finn Balor as well. And I also put Samoa Joe, who coincidentally returned later on in the show. And I put Joe here even before he returned. So I had a good guess. And I put Roman Reigns and Jason Jordan. And I feel that when it comes to Roman Reigns, he's going to have that. When he returns, it's going to be like a huge, huge return. And I only say that because if you actually consider it, both Dallas and JoJo are back on TV. And with the reports that we were reading throughout the past number of days, it's that viral infection that was infecting everyone got to those two people, both Dallas and with JoJo, as well as Bray Wyatt and Roman Reigns. Now with Bo and JoJo back on TV, you might assume that Roman Reigns as well is on his way to getting better, as is Bray Wyatt. So I can definitely see Roman Reigns coming back. It might be on SmackDown Live later on tonight or this morning. I don't know. We'll see. So that's my team for Raw. And SmackDown Live, I have AJ Styles. I have Kevin Owens, because I'm thinking Kevin Owens is going to beat Nakamura today. Tonight, this morning. Yeah, it's always so confusing. Bobby Roode, I'm thinking that he's going to get one over Ziggler. And I also have Ty Dillinger. Now, my team shifted around a bit because I thought to myself, yes, you know what, it would be very great. I would like to have Ty Dillinger as part of the 5-on-5 Survivor Series team for the men. Because of the fact that why not? Why wouldn't you put Ty Dillinger there? To me, it makes sense if you put Ty Dillinger there. And the last spot is going to go, I think it should go to one of the members of New Day. Originally, I had AJ Styles, Kevin Owens, Bobby Roode, and Big E, and Xavier Woods or Kofi Kingston. So the last two spots being filled by two members of New Day. But then I removed one member of New Day and I put Ty Dillinger over there because I think that if you have one member of New Day in the team, then you can have all of New Day at ringside. So my team is literally AJ Styles, Kevin Owens, Bobby Roode, Ty Dillinger, as well as either Big E, Kofi Kingston, or Xavier Woods, whomever they decide is going to compete at Survivor Series on November the 19th. But I'm thinking that it's going to be Big E actually, if it goes that route. So my team shapes up like that. So that's my team for Survivor Series, and those are the teams I just presented now. Those are the teams from the gents. And I'm thinking in the next 3 weeks, we're going to be seeing some really great stuff in terms of what happens in Survivor Series and how things are going to shape up because of the fact that, this is looking to be like a really, really great event. Champions versus champions, and then you got these elimination matches. Survivor Series, we know it's one of the big four pay-per-views that are around when you look at SummerSlam, Survivor Series, Royal Rumble, and WrestleMania. So we know that the WWE is going to go all out for this event. I, for one, am excited. And I, for one, am very excited even more because of the fact that now we're going to be watching it live on SuperSport for the first time ever here. We're going to be watching it live as it's happening. So I'm excited, definitely looking forward to that. So, ladies and gentlemen, which side are you picking? Which side are you going to pick for this year's Survivor Series? Are you going to go with Raw or are you going to go with SmackDown Live? Personally, for myself, I'm going with Team Blue. I'm going with SmackDown Live for Survivor Series. But that's just me. Whichever side you pick, that's up to you. So we are on a collision course for Survivor Series. SmackDown Live is tomorrow morning here in South Africa from 2 a.m. So do make sure you tune in. Otherwise, from my side, I'm definitely going to be watching it live. I'm definitely going to be watching Survivor Series live as well. It was a great show on Raw last night. And very great to see Samoa Joe, Nia Jax, as well as Braun Strowman returning. Otherwise, according to WWE.com, Survivor Series is 19 days, 7 hours, 17 minutes, and 55, 54, 53, 52, 51 seconds away from airing. So do make sure you catch that. All of us here in South Africa will be watching it live on SuperSport, if you will be watching it live, which I hope you will. But which side are you picking? The battle lines have been drawn. It's time to go to war, as JBL says, for WWE Survivor Series.